Hey guys, it's Sophie. Welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to be talking about inpatient treatment for eating disorders. More specifically, I'm going to be talking about ways to cope with being inpatient, ways to keep busy, just how to deal with the whole situation, because it's hard being inpatient. And yeah, I've been there and it's not fun, but there are ways that you can get through it and ways that you can distract yourself. So today, instead of a sit and chat, I'm going to be doing a knit and chat. Okay. I've dropped my yarn. Okay, I got it. So, I'm not very good at knitting. I'm knitting something that resembles a scarf. I thought it would be appropriate to knit while we sit and chat because knitting is something I did a lot of in inpatient treatment. So grab yourself a beverage, grab some yarn if you like to knit or crochet or whatever. Grab a craft, grab whatever you want, and let's get started.
No worries for the rest of your days.
So the most important thing when it comes to inpatient treatment and coping with being inpatient is to remember why you're there. Now, you're there for a reason, and your eating disorder is going to tell you
you don't need to be there, there's been a mistake, you're not sick enough, you're not worthy of receiving the treatment that you're getting.
all of these are lies. You deserve to be there just as much as anyone else does. You deserve the help, you need the help. You would not be inpatient if you didn't need to be. The professionals in the inpatient facility would not have accepted you into their program if you did not need to be there. So that's important to remember. It's good to think about your goals. It's good to think about why you want to get better. And if you're struggling with wanting to get better, if you're kind of stuck between the line of wanting to get better and wanting to stay sick, then it's important to remember what your life would look like in the future if you were still sick, and what your life would look like in the future if you worked the program and you did get better. Remember the things that you want for your life, and remember what you want to become. Remember the things that you want to achieve, maybe places you want to go, people you want to meet. Just remember your goals. Even though being inpatient sucks, it's temporary, and in the long run, if you work that program and you fight for yourself, then you are going to get better and you are going to be able to achieve your goals and to live a life free of your disorder and a life that is actually worth living. So that's my number one tip, is just remember why you're there, and you deserve to be there. So don't put yourself down and don't say that you don't deserve to be there as much as somebody else does, because that's not true. Now, my second thing is rely on the staff, rely on the nurses, rely on the social workers. They're there to help you. You're not going to bug them. I know I was always worried about going to see my nurse if I needed help because I was scared that I was just bothering them, that I was just annoying and I didn't deserve to take up anyone's time. So I wouldn't ask for help when I needed it. And that was such a mistake because then I was just stuck dealing with things by myself and people weren't aware when I was struggling. You want to have a support system when you're struggling. You want people around you to be aware that you're struggling so that they can help you. And that's why they're there. The nurses, the staff, everyone is there to help you. So be honest when you're struggling. Be honest when you're having a hard time. Tell someone, and they can help you use your skills in order to get to a better place. They can help you distract yourself. Lean on the staff. That's what they're there for. Another important thing to remember is always be polite to your whole team, because they're there to help you and they've got a hard job. I mean, looking after a lot of sick people, that's a hard thing to do. And even if you're frustrated with your team for whatever reason, remember that they have your best interest in mind and that they're not trying to hurt you. They're not trying to make you fat. They're not trying to do anything sinister. They're just there to help you get better. and they want the best for you. So try and remember that, and always be nice and kind to your team because they want to help you. Now, my next thing is have good distractions, things to do. That's why I'm knitting, guys. I'm having a rough day, so I brought out the knitting needles and I brought out my yarn. If you're in treatment for an eating disorder, you're going to have a lot of downtime, time that you are sedentary. There's a lot of time where you're sitting after meals. You don't want to be sitting there thinking too much because then you start to think about what you ate. Your eating disorder, especially in the beginning stages, is going to be really loud. And so you want to have things to do during these times of just sitting. You don't want to just sit there and be left with your thoughts. So find some things to distract yourself. This could be knitting, this could be drawing, this could be doing crafts. I know I did a lot of crafts in treatment. Maybe you have access to movies and TV shows. Watch something funny, not anything dark, like watch freaking Family Guy or something happy and stupid. Listen to music. Get some of those adult coloring books. I love the ones with all the swear words in them. Find a hobby that you enjoy. Maybe it's playing an instrument. Anything to keep yourself busy and distracted and just to get you out of your head, even just a little bit, is very helpful. I did a lot of bullet journaling. If you go back, you can see in our previous videos, I made a video about how to make an eating disorder recovery journal / tracker and recovery bullet journals. So go check that out. Maybe that's something you can do while you're in treatment as well. That was something that was very helpful for me and something I found fun. Just give things a go. Try different things. Maybe you didn't know that you liked to draw. Maybe you didn't know that you liked to knit. I didn't know I liked to knit until I went to treatment and one of my awesome co-patients taught me how to knit. And then I was like,
cool, man, I'm obsessed with this now.
distractions are going to help you get through tough meals and times when your emotions are very strong, times when maybe you're in distress and it can be too hard to use your skills. You just want to get out of your head and be able to distract yourself as best you can until you're able to be in a spot where you can be in your own head because you're using your skills and what you know in order to cope with the distress you're feeling. So turn to distraction if you need it. It's a very good tool. My next tip is have a mantra or a phrase that you can go back to when you're having a hard time, especially during meals. So for me, my saying, and I became known for this in the facility because I always said it, and I ordered myself a sweatshirt that says it. I made cope cards out of it, and the staff would always say it back to me when I was struggling because they knew that it was kind of my phrase, and that was, you gotta nourish to flourish. So you might have some sort of quote or phrase or mantra that you can go back to. It'll just remind you of why you're doing what you're doing, why you're in treatment, why you're choosing recovery. It might sound silly, but it can really be helpful and it can go a long way in getting you through hard times. Another tip is to get to know your co-patients. Get to know the people who are in treatment with you because they're going through this at the same time as you. You guys are all in the same boat here. So get to know them and make friends. Don't isolate yourself because the more people you have that are in your corner and that are going through the same thing as you, the better, because you can lean on them when you're struggling because they understand. You guys are all in this together. Get to know your co-patients and you can all support each other. Make this little community. That was something that was really great where I was. Like we were like a little family and I loved that. Kind of going along with that is try to avoid drama. Sometimes it happens in treatment centers. It happened where I was. There were times when there was drama and there was conflict. It happens. People are human. People argue. People create drama. But if that is something that happens where you are in treatment, just avoid that. You don't want to get sucked into that because it's just this negative thing that you don't need right now. You need to surround yourself with positive things and the things that make you happy and people that make you happy. So avoid the drama, and if you're the one who's in the midst of the drama, if you're the one in the conflict, get out of that, sis or bro. Get out of that. You don't want that. You don't want to be the one making drama or conflict because it's a waste of time and that's not why you're there. Again, go back to your goals. Go back to thinking about why you're in treatment in the first place. It's not to create drama or fight with other people. You guys are, remember, you're all in the same boat here. You're all struggling. You're all on this path to recovery and it's hard for everyone. So if somebody is giving you a hard time in treatment, try and remember that they're also going through this battle and they might really be struggling, and maybe that's coming out in the form of conflict or in the form of taking it out on other people, and that doesn't make it okay. You just gotta remind yourself that people aren't perfect and it's not necessarily a reflection on you. This person just might be struggling and that's okay. So try and keep that in mind. Another tip for you is try and keep an open mind. I know a lot of things going into treatment itself is terrifying. It's really scary and it's hard, and I'm so proud of you if you're in treatment. That in itself is amazing and it's a huge step. When you're in treatment, trust the process, trust the system. Don't try and fight the process of treatment. A lot of it is going to be really hard and you're going to be outside of your comfort zone pretty much the entire time. Things are going to slowly get easier. So don't try and fight the team, don't try and fight the treatment, don't try and fight the meals or the medications that they might want to give you. Trust that the team knows what they're doing and let it be in their hands to decide what's best for you, because right now you're not in a place where you're thinking clearly enough to decide what's best for your own well-being. And once you kind of realize that and give into that, it's almost like a relief, because then you know that your care is sort of in the hands of others and they're the ones making the calls and the decisions for you, and it just feels like this weight off your chest, because once you give into that, then you're not fighting anymore. You're not in this battle with other people and with yourself. You're just accepting it, you're at peace with it, and you can just go along with it. Trust is a must. It's not easy, but you gotta do it. Remember that they're not trying to harm you, they just want you to be better. So next, something that is important is when you are in treatment, you don't want to be worrying about work or about school. You want to be completely 100% focused on your treatment. Most treatment centers say that when they take you in. They'll say,
when you come into this program, you have to be 100% committed. You got to put off your work and school.
For real, you don't want your energy going into worrying about work and school. That needs to take a back seat for now, because the most important thing is your well-being and your recovery. So that just needs to be put on pause for now. And I know that can be so hard because that might be your entire life. Maybe, like if you're in high school or elementary school or college or university, that's your life. School is your entire life. It's what you do all day, every day. If you're working a full-time job, even a part-time job, that's your life right now. And you need to put that on pause, because your life needs to be centered around your recovery and your well-being. Even though it is very hard to just put your life on pause, it's what needs to happen in order for you to get better, so you can go back to your school or your work or whatever it is. Maybe you're a volunteer, so that you can go back to that healthy and doing the best that you can do. I speak from experience. I feel like Harry Potter. So that's really all I have to say for this video for now. I hope that you found this helpful. If you're going to treatment and you're scared, remember it's okay to be scared, and it's okay to feel all the feelings that you're feeling about going into treatment. You just gotta do it. You deserve to be there, and you deserve to recover. You deserve to get the help you need. So come back and watch this video if you found it helpful. Remember all of these things, and remember that you are worth recovering, and your treatment is the most important thing right now. Give yourself a bit of a break here. This is hard stuff, and you're doing it, and that's fantastic, and I'm so proud of you. Thank you for watching this video, you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you want to see next, because we love to hear from you, and we will see you when we see you. Bye, guys.